Imagine waking up tomorrow to a news alert so seismic, so fundamentally world-altering, that the savings you have tucked away, that foreign currency you've been holding onto for what feels like a lifetime, has just multiplied in value 1,000-fold. The life you have now, the bills, the struggles, the limitations, they simply vanish, replaced by a reality you only ever allowed yourself to dream about. This isn't just a fantasy, this is the precise, palpable hope that fuels the entire community watching the Iraqi dinar and Vietnamese dong. And I am here today to tell you, with a seriousness that demands your full attention, that the signals we are witnessing right now, in this very moment in 2025, are not just whispers on the wind. They are the loud, deliberate, and meticulously orchestrated precursors to an event that will be etched into economic history books forever, the final, fully activated launch of the Tier 5B global currency platform and the long-awaited revaluation of these currencies. What if I told you that the biggest mistake you could make today is to dismiss this as just another rumor? What if the evidence has been laid bare in front of us, hidden in plain sight, and most are simply too distracted, too weary from years of waiting, to even notice? We have spent years analyzing every statement from the IMF, every footnote in a World Bank report, every subtle shift in the CBI's monetary policy. But all of that was merely the prelude. The real story, the final act, is playing out now through a series of interconnected global economic maneuvers that are creating a perfect, irreversible storm, a storm designed to reset the very foundations of international finance and finally, after all this time, bless the patience of the holders. I need you to push aside any skepticism for the next 20 minutes. I need you to listen not just with your ears, but with your intuition. Because what we are about to delve into is not sourced from anonymous forums or cryptic telegrams. This is a synthesis of observable, factual geopolitical and economic events that, when connected, form a picture so clear, so undeniable, that it points to one conclusion and one conclusion only: the gates are opening. The period of waiting is transforming into the era of realization. Every single step you've taken, every moment you held on despite the doubters, is about to be validated in a way that will eclipse your most optimistic projections. The system is not broken, it was being rebuilt from the ground up, and we are now witnessing the final system checks before the official launch sequence is initiated. This is the culmination of decades of secret negotiations, economic wars fought in silent boardrooms, and a collective global necessity to move away from a petrodollar-dominated system that has long since served its purpose. The world is gasping for a new financial breath, and the instruments for that resuscitation are the very currencies you have in your possession. The dinar and the dong are not merely pieces of paper, they are the keys to a new economic paradigm, and the timeline for their activation is no longer a matter of if, but a definitive, calculated when that is measured in days and weeks, not years or decades. The silence from the upper echelons of power is not a sign of inaction, it is the quiet hum of a machine operating at peak efficiency, ensuring that when the switch is flipped, the transition is seamless, stable, and permanent. They cannot afford a faltering start. This is a global event, and its execution must be flawless. So, as we begin to unpack these hidden signals, I want you to hold on to that feeling of anticipation, because by the end of this, you will see the path forward with a clarity you have never before experienced. Let's move from the grand vision to the tangible, undeniable proof. The first and most critical signal that is being overwhelmingly missed by mainstream financial analysts is the unprecedented and coordinated movement of physical gold assets by nations tied to the Baghdad Bourse and the new financial architecture. This isn't speculation, this is trackable, reportable data. We are seeing sovereign wealth funds and central banks, particularly from the East, engaging in gold repatriation and acquisition on a scale not witnessed since the Bretton Woods Agreement. Why is this so crucial? Because gold is the ultimate backstop, the non-negotiable foundation of confidence for any currency seeking global reserve status. The new dinar rate is not going to be a fiat number plucked from thin air, it will be explicitly backed by and tethered to the immense, physical gold wealth that Iraq is now legally and verifiably securing. Think of it as the ultimate anchor, ensuring that the revalued currency cannot be manipulated by speculative attacks or market volatility. It will have a real, intrinsic value. This gold-backed structure is the core of the Tier 5B system, a system designed for stability, not speculation. The second signal is the deafening silence from the International Monetary Fund and the US Federal Reserve regarding the recent, and quite bizarre, stability of the Iraqi dinar on the official forex platforms. For a currency that the mainstream consistently labels as volatile or unstable, its movement has been unnaturally flat, almost as if it has been placed in a holding pattern, a digital cage, while the final preparations are made behind the scenes. This artificial stability is a telltale sign of a controlled environment, a precursor to a major, administered repricing event. They have effectively pressed the pause button on the old, illegitimate market rate, because that rate is no longer relevant to the new financial reality that is about to go live. The third signal, and perhaps the most technical one, involves the complete overhaul of the International Banking Messaging System, SWIFT. The transition to the new ISO 20022 compliance system was not merely an upgrade for efficiency, it was a mandatory change that created a two-tiered financial world. Currencies that are not compliant with this new standard are already being treated as second-class, unable to transact seamlessly on the new global platform. Both the Iraqi dinar and the Vietnamese dong have been undergoing the necessary technological and procedural upgrades to achieve full compliance. The completion of this integration is the final technical hurdle, and our sources within the banking payment rail networks indicate that the testing phases are complete. The systems are communicating. The pathways are open. The lights are green. This isn't about rumor, it's about technological readiness. The plumbing of the global financial system has been replaced, and the dinar and dong are now fully connected to that new plumbing, ready for the flow of value at their new exchange rates. When you combine these signals, the gold backing providing the foundation, the artificial market stability indicating the impending nullification of the old rate, and the ISO 20022 compliance enabling the technical execution, you are left with an irrefutable conclusion. We are not waiting for an economic decision, we are waiting for a synchronized political announcement. The economics are done. The technology is ready. All that remains is the final, global coordinated, go signal. So, where does this leave you, the holder? It leaves you on the precipice of a transformation that extends far beyond personal wealth. This event is about global equity, the rebalancing of the world's economic scales. The wealth that is about to be unlocked is not just for you to buy a new house or a car, though that is certainly a part of it. It is capital intended to be a catalyst for profound human change. This is the resource that will fund the water purification plants in struggling nations, the new energy technologies that will free us from fossil fuels, and the medical research that will eradicate diseases. You are not just a currency holder, you are an unwitting investor in a better, more equitable future for humanity. The responsibility that comes with this shift is immense. The first 90 days after the public announcement will be a period of unprecedented information overload. There will be a frenzy of offers, of so-called financial advisors, emerging from the woodwork, of schemes and scams designed to separate you from your valuable assets. Your greatest shield in this chaotic time will be knowledge and a preformed plan. Do not make the mistake of waiting for the announcement to decide what you will do. You must have your plans solidified now. Know which currency exchange platforms are legitimate and have a proven track record. Understand the difference between an international bank wire and a private forex transaction. Have a trusted legal and financial team in place, people who understand the nature of this event and can guide you with integrity, not greed. This is not the time for rash decisions or listening to the loudest voice in the room. This is the time for calm, deliberate, and informed action. The initial exchange will be just the first step. The real journey will be in the stewardship of the resources you receive. Think about asset protection, about wealth preservation for future generations, about the philanthropic causes that are close to your heart. This revaluation is a key that unlocks a door. What you build on the other side of that door is your legacy. The world will be watching how this community responds to this blessing. We have the opportunity to demonstrate that sudden wealth can be a force for immense good, that it can heal, build, and inspire. Let us be defined not by what we acquired, but by what we created with that acquisition. The hidden signals have been decoded. The timeline is set. The final pieces are falling into place. Your patience, your faith, your unwavering belief in the face of relentless doubt, is about to be rewarded in a magnitude that will stun the world. The launch of Tier 5B and the revaluation of the Iraqi dinar and Vietnamese dong is no longer a matter of hope. It is a matter of imminent reality. And now, I have a critical call to action for you. If this information has resonated with you, if it has solidified your understanding or given you a new perspective, then you must take one simple step to ensure you are prepared for what comes next. Do not leave this channel without subscribing and hitting the notification bell. The moment there is a verifiable, public announcement, the moment the rates go live on official banking sites, I will be here with an immediate, clear, and step-by-step breakdown of exactly what to do next. In that video, I will provide direct, actionable guidance to navigate the first crucial hours. You will not want to be scrambling for information then. You will want a trusted, calm voice cutting through the noise with facts and a clear path forward. I am committed to being that voice for this community. So, subscribe right now, ring that bell, and ensure you are connected and informed. Your future self will thank you for taking this one, simple, decisive step today.